I just moved into my new house, and despite the fact I swore I would never, ever move again, I did it. And I am really happy. I have a lot more space now. In fact, my office and my studio are actually two different spaces now. And for the first time ever, I actually got a chance to plan out this space before having to move into it. I actually got to take my time and build this space out. I'm so unbelievably happy with how it turned out. This is kind of my dream setup almost. I don't have a commute, but I have a nice place that I get to call my own. This video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. Let's get into it. My studio started off incredibly bare bones. It was just an empty room. So we painted everything. I used the Benjamin Moore Regal Select matte paint, and it's pricey paint. It was well worth it. Like this is gorgeous looking. And the nice thing about matte paint is with my big filming lights, it's not shiny. So the walls are painted in a color called Black Forest Green, and then the ceiling, doors, and trim are in Decorator's White. We replaced all of the outlets, switches, closet hardware, and even the ceiling fan. This way everything matched and nothing stuck out. Now, I do still have two things I need to finish up in both of these spaces. I need to reupholster my sound panels so they match the walls a lot better. They don't look good right now in here, but I just ran out of time and haven't had to do that. And then I need to put in smart blinds for both the studio and the office, so that way I can control them from HomeKit. But functionally, and most importantly, everything the camera sees, so, everything from here back, is finished, and I am so happy with it. Now, one thing I just absolutely hated about my last place is where I did my talking head stuff. So these kind of shots right here. That room was very awkwardly sized. So I had to shoot in this weird angle. So half the shot had my closet. The other half had my desk, which had a monitor that was off because I was using my iPad. I never liked that setup. I could never make it work right. But for here, I'm absolutely loving the background. The green looks good. It's dark, but it's not black. You can see the green in the video, and in the room, you can really see it. I have this bookshelf behind me to display stuff. I really missed having a bookshelf to put stuff on and kind of display things neatly. Then I have a chair just over here in my studio for when I don't want to sit at a desk. I want, something a little more casual to sit at and work. I also have a fake tree for some greenery. I just love the backdrop of this studio. Now, my main filming desk is the same as it was in the last place. I actually really like this. It's a FlexiSpot desk I actually took the top off of, and my brother and I went and got a butcher block top, sanded it down, and finished it so that way you can put drinks on it and it won't leave stains and stuff like that. And it's just turned out really nice. I love this thing. I have a couple of cable clips on my desk for various things I use for filming and working. I also have a couple of iPad stands as well. One for all the remotes and tools I need while filming, and another for my iPad mini. I use this as a shot list for when I'm filming various videos. This video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. This is the FlexiSpot C7 chair. This is a very comfy and ergonomic desk chair. When I was younger, I was like 22, 23, I was in a car accident. I got rear-ended from behind, and it really messed up my back. Whenever I would go and sit in a bad office chair, even just a middle of the road office chair, my back would be hurting the next day. With this chair, I don't get those pains at all. The C7 chair has a self-adapting dynamic system. The lumbar support cushion detects subtle changes in the way you are sitting and adjusts to automatically support you. The chair itself is extremely customizable. The height of both the chair and the headrest, back support, armrest, and the forward seat position. And if you're somebody like me that sits way too far forward, it will adjust to support you in that way. The C7 even has a footrest, and it's comfy enough to fall asleep in. The chair supports all heights. I'm 6'2", and it works great for me. It also supports up to 300 pounds. The C7 works great for anyone sitting at a desk for a long period of time. In fact, this is the chair I've been using in my office space for hours every day. There is a 30-day return policy and a 10-year warranty with it. It has both a mesh and foam option. I'm going to put a link in the description below to where you can go check out the FlexiSpot C7. Use the code BDC7 for $30 off. My thanks to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. One thing I was really happy to figure out was my light setup. I was able to mount them to the ceiling. I got these brackets from B&H and drilled them right into the studs. Seriously, these things are solid. You could hang a monkey from them. This gives me extra floor space to move around. More floor space means more room to shoot, which means I can mix things up and I'm not filming the same table for every shot, and I have more ability to be more creative. For these lights, I was able to use the sound panels and a hook to hide the cables, so that way there's not just cables coming down the wall. I also have a hair light tucked up behind my fake tree. Now, in the studio, there are some cables running across the floor. This is a studio. This isn't trying to be like a fancy Instagrammable office space. It's a working studio. And what I tried to do is kind of keep cables loose, so that way I can move things around easily. So say I want to film something big in this space right here, I can move the desk out of the way, or maybe I want to move my overhead rig out of the way or something like that, or I need to pull a light down and put it on a C-stand or something like that. So cables are on the floor, but they're kind of wrapped up nicely but loose so I can get to them. There's also a few nice touches in this office that I love. I was able to fit my tool chest in the closet. This houses all of my filming gear. I was able to put a hook on the wall and hang up my backpack. This is, again, just really nice, so I can just grab it and go. I have two smart lights in here. One's just a standard Philips Hue bulb and a lamp, and a second is a Philips Hue spotlight. I use this to add some light behind me and give the bookshelf some depth between it and the wall. These are triggered by the Akira Smart Presence sensor. What I like about this is this uses millimeter wave technology, meaning it detects somebody really quickly, and I don't get the false positives of using like the motion sensor option of like a HomeKit camera. I tried that in my last office, and I would get a lot of false positives when like the sun would shift and shadows would shift in the room. It would just trigger lights and stuff like that. It never worked right. Now, I do have a Eufy Smart camera in my studio. This works with HomeKit, so you can see it right from the Home app. It's fine. It's not my favorite product. It was like the cheapest HomeKit camera available at the time, and I just wanted to test them out. I also set up a small charging station with the Anker MagSafe ball charger. It has MagSafe in the front, which is great for my phone or AirPods, then 3 outlets on the back, 2 USB-C ports, and 2 USB-A ports. While I'm working throughout the day, this is where I'm charging up devices that I'm going to be filming, camera batteries, my phone, whatever. Like I said, my office and my studio spaces are now separate. My office is right outside my studio in this kind of weird nook we have in the house. Honestly, I'm not really sure what any developer would expect you to do with this, but it worked out great because I was able to fit my desk in there perfectly. I was able to get my keyboard wall and shelves up. I just love how this looks, and especially the fact that I have big windows in both my office and my studio. I love having that natural light. My old place was weird. It had this like the smallest window possible you can fit in a bedroom, and it was in this far corner, and it just didn't let a lot of light in because there was this big tree right out of it. It was just miserable being in that office all day long. Now, both the spaces that I'm working in have nice big windows, so I get lots of natural light. The stuff on my desk hasn't really changed since I did my last desk setup video. I'm honestly really happy with this setup. Between my studio display, the MagFloat Pro, the army of keyboards, it works for my needs. Plus the decor stuff like the Ugmok Gather, lightsabers, and Legos is perfectly my style. Behind me, I brought in a table to display some more Legos because you can never have enough. Then above that, I have one of my favorite photos I have ever taken and printed out and framed. This is a shot of tunnel view in Yosemite as a snowstorm is starting to roll in. I also have a HomePod Mini on this table. This way I have something to yell at all day long. I'm kidding. But really, I just use this to control lights, add tasks to reminders, and then I use the built-in import tool in Things to bring those tasks over to Things, my actual task manager. Check my calendar and more with this HomePod. I'm so happy with this space, and it's honestly making me enjoy working so much more. This is my most flexible space yet, and I can't wait to put it to use. So that's my space. I want to give a huge thank you to my parents and my girlfriend. They put in a lot of work to help me build out this space. There's no way I could have done it on my own in the amount of time I had. I want to hear from you all. What is your favorite thing in your office, or if you have a studio, gaming space, theater, whatever your space is? What is your favorite thing? Let me know in the comments below. My thanks to FlexiSpot for sponsoring this video. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already, and have a great day.